You're seeing all these people being profitable on Solana blockchain or trading meme coins in general, and you don't know how to stop these meme coin losses or just stop Solana losses in general. Well, I'm here to teach you how to do that. I'm here to teach you how to play smart, how to be smart, and not lose your money. First of all, only bet with what you can afford to lose. Yes, I'm saying bet because at the end of the day, you are buying a meme coin or you are buying a crypto and it can go up or down. So just know that. That's a disclaimer. As always, we're using BULLX, the best trading bot by a mile. My referral code is in the description. You get early access if you use it, and it also helps me out, so it's a double win. That's the only way you can access it. So please use it below. Right, below here, right, Mudang. I'm not going to go any further than to say, if you didn't watch my last video, you should go watch it, or the one before it, I don't know which one exactly. I mentioned Moondang, sorry. It was at about, let me zoom in here on the chart, right? It was literally at the peak. It was at 310 million, 320 million, and what did I say? It's going to go down. There is going to be a retracement, and it had to happen somewhere along the line. And I said, if you were buying at the 160 mark, you'd be very happy. If you're buying at the 170 mark, you'd be very happy. Anything below 200, you would be happy to buy. Now, what do I think about this coin? I think this coin will go to 1 billion. Genuinely, it's just the biggest at the moment. There's nothing better than it. And yeah, it will go. And dude, look at that retracement, right? It just went up on a day like this where we're down 4% on Bitcoin, 7% on Solana, 7% on ETH, XRP, all of them taking huge hits, right? Um, Dudes, I've literally been calling this stuff on Twitter all day. Go and follow me on my X down below. Yeah, go and follow because I always give free alpha in here, and it's one easy way to make money. And also join the Telegram below. So you're like, stopping these meme coin losses. What are you talking about? How do we do this? Well, first of all, there's one simple rule. And I don't know. Grab a notepad or grab something close to you. Grab a pen. Grab your phone. Grab your phone, right? And just type in, right? Buy the red, sell the green. And it's as simple as that. And you're like, okay, wow, thanks for the pro advice. No, I'm literally serious, right? So you don't buy the green, you buy the red. What's this down here? This is the red zone, right? This is the red zone, yeah? Something along these lines is the red zone. That's the green zone, it's going up, right? You gotta buy when there's fear in the market. And it only goes for coins, right? So we're talking this, that's the green, right? If you're buying somewhere down here, you're fine because you're buying into the early hype. But you're buying somewhere here, you're a little bit scared. You're buying the green, it's not too good. You're buying a dip like that, that's perfectly fine. My opinion, risk to reward ratio is way higher. Now, what will I say about this? Can it still, go to like this mark? Yeah, but it's like completely retraced, and you literally cannot draw that line properly. Anyways, it's impossible. Dude, um, if you're buying in the red down here somewhere, you gotta be patient, right? First of all, rule number one, you're doing exactly what I told you. Rule number two, patience. Patience is key, man. Patience is key. When there is fear in the market, people will not buy. You gotta wait for that market to go green again and everything will flourish. But you have to buy with your money smartly. Buy when everyone else is fearful. And that's the main thing that, people don't actually realize. And you're like, oh, Dali, you're sitting here and telling us this as if we don't know it. Bro, I don't care if you're a pro trader. Get it through your head. Get it through your skull. You need to do this. If you're not doing it, then right, good luck. Get off this video. See you later. Don't subscribe. Don't like. Don't comment. Don't join my X or my paid Discord or any of that stuff. I don't need you to. Right? If you're going to be one of them bozos, bye, 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 bye. See you later. You got to be smart with what you're doing here. Why are you saying we got to be patient? Well, let me show you, for example, a chart of noob, right? So this is a coin I hold dearly to my heart, very dearly to my heart. That hasn't been performing well recently until today. So okay, so I say recently until today, right? So my dear noob was at 37 million. It went to an all-time high of 100 and something, 200 million. And now it's at the point where it dropped even 5 million when the Twitter got banned. And if you had a bot there, you would have had a 4x straight away. And I'm talking to buy Noobcat at 5 million would have been one of the smartest things I think I've ever seen anyone do. Did I do it? I'm not gonna tell you, but yes, I did do it. I did do it. You know, it's a dollar cost average though because I've bought at like the 13 million mark. I've bought at the 30 million mark, but I did buy at the 5 million, and I actually loaded up a heavy bag anyways. We won't go too into detail with that. But dudes, this is the prime example. right? So would you buy somewhere up here when you're looking at the chart, right? Pretend like this half of the chart is gone, right? I don't know if I'm doing it the right way, but this half of the chart's gone where I have my mouse, right? This is the only part. I'll just draw it in real quick here, right? So are you gonna buy in somewhere along this line, right? So that's the big green line. Are you gonna buy somewhere along there? No. You would be crazy. You're buying into the hype. That's called pure gambling. We don't do that around here, right? That's the last thing we actually do around here. Would you buy somewhere along here? No, I necessarily wouldn't. That's not a good place to buy. That's not like a heavy retracement line that you're like, okay, this is good. For example, Noob's kind of a big coin, so like, where would be a good zone to buy? Obviously, I'm gonna say, okay, you could have bought the bottom there. No, that's like too hard to comprehend, right? You're gonna try buy when it consolidates. So what do I mean by like consolidation? I mean like it hits like a level of like 8 million here, right? Then it goes back up and you're like, oh, I might get FOMO, I might miss out. No, you wait it out, right? You wait or you buy along here because you're like, okay, it's gonna pump and I can just sell for like 12 million or whatever. Or I'm happy to hold 8 million. But you can buy somewhere along this whole line where it kind of flattens out because you're like, okay, the risk to reward is getting much, much better here at the lower end of the market cap. And then you're like, okay, will I buy up here? Probably not. You watch it go down, even this point, you're buying, it's good. Dude, I cannot tell you how, like, all these charts do the exact same thing. They get to a level where people are like so happy to buy it that they think the chart's gonna literally reverse, that they will actually buy the heck out of this. And I think Noob's doing exactly that. If it gets to 100 million, I don't know. Another prime example, and I'm like, okay, how are you teaching us to stop losses if there's just one example? No, here's another one. Billy, the infamous Billy. I covered this guy in another video, right? Look at that big retracement line right there, right? And you're like, oh my days. Same thing as Noob. I can get them side by side. There's literally a level, right? Where it holds. So 13 million 13 million B here, but that was the one level. But dude, there was twice, right? It tested at 25 million, and you're like, okay, maybe that's actually a good position to load up. It might go a little bit lower, but then when this bounce back comes back, we're gonna make serious money. And you can see here, it went to like 75 million or 80 million almost, right? You still would have made out of that 25 million position you got 3x. And that's what I'm trying to tell you here. Find these coins that can do this for you. You will stop your losses straight away. You just got to be patient. It's not going to be like a week. It might be 3 or 4 weeks until a certain rise, or something like that. But when it's finding the comfortable level of kind of pushing the boundary of it can't go any lower, like no one's gonna sell this coin. All the Jeets are out. All the Indian sellers are out. Pajeets. I'm just kidding around, but yeah, we do say that in crypto Twitter. Anyways, follow me on X. That does help, by the way, because I literally post on here consistently and I tell you guys what to buy. Moodang, there you go. Cook shilling it right there for me. um, yeah. And dude, what else can you do to stop losses? I mean, can I not tell you enough that buying the hype is the worst thing ever? Put it down on your notebook, put it down on your phone, get your pen out. Do not buy the hype. Do not buy the hype. You're literally being someone's extra liquidity. What is extra liquidity? It's literally when someone's using you to buy in and he's selling. So the volume you bring in, he's actually taking into his wallet. Do not be someone's extra liquidity. Don't buy the hype. Buy the fear. Buy the fear, or buy before the hype. Well, how are you going to do that? How are you going to buy before the hype? How are you going to stop these losses happening? How are you going to get these big wins? Well, you got to be active on Twitter. My Twitter, anyone else's Twitter. Twitter is the main page where people just shield the heck out of all coins. Um, it's the holy grail, It's literally the holy grail. Also, I live stream a bunch, so you get a bunch of info from there, and we've been in the trenches. I started on 0.6, we're on 0.9 now. It's a slow market right now, especially with all the losses. What I will say is, when we go down like 7% or something, you could try. Now, I don't do this really, but you could try scalp a 10x. You could try scalp a 10x leverage. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. With Moo I do, for example, because they have it on Rollbit now, but that's a whole different story. Um, lastly, what's the most important thing about stopping these losses? Stop playing with emotions. Bro, if you're scared to trade, just don't trade, by the way. That's my referral page, by the way. Just showing it because I always do. Like I'm pretty pretty open about it. I only make like 10 bucks or so a day off the referrals or whatever, but I don't really care. That's not my main thing. I just do this for your guys' education, and hopefully one day I could be the biggest on crypto, YouTube, and Twitter out of everyone. That's my goal. That's literally my main goal. Anyways, dudes, your emotions are key to stopping these losses. I don't know how many times during my challenge, from 1 to 100 Solana, or 0.6 to 100, or 0.6 to 67 Solana, that I've just played with emotion and lost so much money. Like, you could be making so much money, and I make the same mistake. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just a profitable trader because I don't care about losing it that much. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Only gamble with what you can afford to lose, because then it becomes to a point where you don't actually care. So you start making more money. Um, and I promise you that's true. If you put in like 50 bucks and you actually don't care about it, you're more likely to make 200 than you are if you really needed that 200 and you were on your last 50. When you watch stuff going down at first and then you're like, oh, you panic and you sell. No, dude, just analyze the coin in your own way. So I'll get a pump one here and I'll analyze it for you real quick. Right, a random coin, FYP dog. That's cool. TikTok. Let's see here. Let me pick a random coin. I'll just go with FYP dog. This is farm to bits, by the way. Like, definitely wouldn't go near this, but I'm just saying. It's on 2 hours. Take it on 1 second. I love BULLX, man. It's just so handy to use. Gotta respect them guys, honestly. Right, so for example, oh my goodness, there's some volume going in here. Anyways, right. So what do I mean by that? Like, see this for example right here. It went to 50k and then it slightly sold. So say you bought at this region, you're like, okay, I think this coin's actually gonna go to 200k. Now I'm not saying this coin would go to 200k because I personally think this is like some bad thing, an FYP dog. I don't even want to deal with all that right now explaining it, but it's just a bad coin. Right, anyways, I buy it 50k and then like I have my last 50 bucks in here and then I see it go down to 40k. I'm like, no, I already lost 25%. I need to sell quick, 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 quick. Get me under the sell button. Where's the sell button? I panic sell and then boom. I panic sell and boom, it goes up. Now, what could be a better thing here, right? I'm analyzing this and I'm like, okay, I'm really bullish on this coin. I bought in at 50k. Let me go and sell limit, right? And I'll sell 100%. Let me check here, right? I bought at 50k. Realistically, some dips do happen. What do I think would be a fair price that I should get out at? And I think it'll be a rug. Wait, I think, yeah, I'll set it to 35k. I'm okay with losing. That would be around 30%. No, not 30%. What am I saying? I'm tripping. It would be 25%, 28.5%, I think, or 20, or maybe actually is 30%. Now, what would that mean? Okay, right. I sell, I lose the 30% of my balance. That's fine. It's not a big deal. But that's genuinely what I thought was a good position, that I didn't want to see it go before this line because I think it'll rug, right? And personally, like, actually reading this chart, if I bought at 50k, I would actually sell at 35. I know it can bounce back instantly, but I wouldn't like to see that, I wouldn't like to see it go to like 25k and then I'm holding and I'm praying and I'm doing all this. I'll just get out of 35k and I'll be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Right. So say it doesn't hit it, and then I'm like, okay, right. I think this will go to 2 million, bro. I can't wait for this to go to 2 million. Now, would I just stay there and wait for 2 million? No, you should never do that, right? You go 50% and you'll sell maybe at 100k, right? So what does that do, right? I just took 50% of my profits. So basically, whatever I bought in, I sold, right? And now I have 50% and I can watch it go to zero and I won't lose any money, or I could watch it go to 400k and I would still make a hell of a lot of money. I would still make 4x, right? 4.5x with the money you're counting back, or 5x. Which one is it? It's 5x. I'm right. It's 5x if it's 400k. If I made a 5x instead of making an 8x, is it that big of a deal? No, dude, it really isn't. Like, you're still making money. It's perfectly fine to have that sort of thing happen where you don't make like insane money, but you still made money. A 5x is really good. And that's what you should be going for. You shouldn't be chasing that 1000x, that 2000x. You're never gonna get that. I'm telling you personally, you're never gonna get that unless you just like pick 50 coins you're really bullish on and then you leave it like that. But like still the chances are slim of getting a 100 200x. And I don't think you want to take that risk, right? But if you want to take it and say you sold half the bag at 100k at 2x, then you leave the rest there and you're like, okay, right, let this go to 2 million. I genuinely think that this has like massive, massive potential to go there. What does that do for you then? Well, I'll tell you what it does. It just made you an insane bag without any risk, basically, because you took the risk out of the equation once you sold half the bag. That's the smartest thing to do. Right, boys, trade safe. Follow me on X. Join the paid Discord where I give a bunch of calls if you want. You don't have to. Join the Telegram. It's in the description. It's free. Use BULLX as always. It's in the referrals in the description. The best trading bot by a country mile. I'm not telling you to buy it. This is FYP dog, by the way. I don't know what's going on here. I actually haven't looked too much into this. It looks like mad volume though, to be fair to it. But yeah, definitely not telling you to buy this. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and a subscribe. It does help me out a lot. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. See you later.